Oh, y'all. Maybe I should have split this up into like 2 videos. Oh, what's up, y'all? I just joked with y'all. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Eliza, and Eliza is Reading. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. If you do not stay to the end, go ahead and put a book emoji in the comments. Okay, put a book emoji in the comments. Now, if you stay to the end of the video, put a book emoji in the comments too, and let me know what you think about today's video. So, as y'all can see, I got my book outlet haul. Now, this one is a bigger haul than the first one. The first one was like a real mini haul, but were they having a sale? I don't know if they were having a sale. I think they may have been. Why did I buy so many? I don't even know. Okay, so what had happened was, I don't know why I bought so many books. But anyway, so sometimes at night when I'm not doing anything, or when I'm stressed out, depressed, I have anxiety, I just kind of get on the internet and basically retail therapy or book therapy. And I think I added like 100 books to my cart. And then when I got ready to check out, I was like, oh no. And then I just started doing like process of elimination. So all of these books that we will be going over, majority of them, I would say 95% of them are African American, and that was not intentional, but I mean, I'm always going to support BIPOC authors anyway. But y'all, yes, I am about to charge my phone, but I think my phone was about to go dead because I recorded a video before this. And if y'all don't know, I actually have 2 channels. So my other channel is Eliza Journal. So if you like journaling content, I don't do any plan with means, but I do a lot of decorate with me. So I decorate planners and journals. You can subscribe, okay, to my other channel. And then my other Instagram is Eliza Journals as well. So really that's my main channel, is my Eliza Journals channel. But like I said in the previous video, I end up separating my channels because it's so much easier to just post on this channel and then that channel. So I'm trying to get my consistency a little better. I'm trying to figure out what's better. So like when I'm opening this box, that's what I'm talking about. So I'm just trying to figure out what's actually better for me. Should I record twice a week, put videos twice a week, once a week? I'm just trying to see like what's better, what's going to give me the consistency of views as well as subscribers, because I do want to grow this channel. Even though at first, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I was just like playing around, like, let me just create another channel. But at first I was just like playing around a little bit, but seeing that I've had so many nice comments, to be honest with y'all, I'm very self-conscious about just my face and everything and how I look. And with me having like tons of gray hair, I'm not gonna tell you like I look super old. So it's almost like I'm in a young person space. Like, should I even be doing this at this age? And then people be like, you don't even look old. I'm like, yes, I do. But so at first I was literally just, book outlet, y'all gotta do better. Y'all have got to do better. I understand these come from a warehouse, but y'all gotta do better packing these books. They sent this one, what is this? What is this? They sent this one, what is this gonna do? This didn't stop that from getting bent. So now I gotta figure out how to flatten that out. It's almost like you gotta order hard covers when you're ordering from Book Outlet, because these paperbacks just gets backed. Okay, but anyway, so so I was just kind of like You know, but now I'm actually enjoying this channel because I've had so many nice comments from people. That better not, that's torn. Look at that. And I know this couldn't have been torn when they sent it. I'm gonna email them because this is the second time I've got a torn book. But anyway, I forgot what I was saying. I was so mad. But anyway, so yeah, I just so I'm actually been enjoying having this channel, just to be honest, because it's like I don't have any restrictions. I don't like have anything. I don't have to like edit as much because I hate editing videos. And y'all, I be like having to edit these videos over and over and over for my other channel, my journaling channel. I hate editing videos, and sometimes with my journaling channel, it takes me forever to read these, for me forever to edit my videos. So the first book is called Bad Fat Black Girl by Cecily Bowen. And this is about a girl growing up in the south side of Chicago. Her name is Cecily. She's learning how to hustle, stay on her toes, and has navigated her blackness, is learning to navigate blackness, body shaming, friendships, sex work, and more. So I absolutely love this cover. And really the cover is what made me buy this. I was like, that cover just eats. It's like really, really pretty. So a lot of these books that I actually purchased are YA. They're BIPOC. And I absolutely love supporting BIPOC authors. So anytime I order books from Book Outlet, I always go to the African American section first because, y'all, African American people can write. I'm not saying no one else can write, but I'm just saying for the books that I've been purchasing lately from BIPOC authors, I'm like, oh my gosh, these books have been amazing. So the next one that I want to reintroduce is called Skin of the Sea, where a mermaid, she collects dead souls of the sea, but then when a boy is thrown over, she ends up saving him. So, which pretty much goes against like their ancient principles. So if you could see this book, so yes, I am definitely going to send Book Outlet a picture of this on social media, because to be honest with y'all, the book was actually, if y'all could see the pages, the book was actually like all this was like turned inward. Luckily, I ended up buying the same book from another haul because I forgot that I had ordered this from Book Outlet. So it was really synchronicity because now I have two of the books. So I'm actually going to go to Half Price Books and sell this one back, because why would y'all have that book bent like that? So yes, I am going to call them out. So yes, y'all, I'm mad. Because why would y'all bend the book like that? It doesn't matter if the book is like half price. It's kind of like, have some integrity about how you're packing people's packages. This book was also bent because I looked in it. So a part of the dust jacket, if you could see that, was bent as well. So I really want to go into their warehouse and see how they're packing these books, because So this is called Boy 2.0. So this is by Tracy Baptiste, and it says, when Cole Keegan has just landed in his latest foster home with a cheerful, noisy, slightly nosy family named the McKays. They seem eager to welcome him, but he's wary of trusting them. So he doesn't tell them that a stranger saw Cole drawing chalk art on the street, pulled a gun on him, and fired it. He doesn't tell the police. He doesn't tell them the police chased him, and he definitely doesn't tell them he went down and somehow turned invisible. So this definitely seems like it's going to be really good. So I'm going to say this is pretty much like science fiction. This, of course, this is YA, but look at that cover. Like, the cover is like gorgeous. So if I'm going fast, y'all, it's because I literally like have all this. I literally have all of this. It's ridiculous, y'all. Like all this plus these down here. Okay, so this one is called The Black Girls Are Left Standing by Juliana Goodman. And this book says, I want people to stop thinking they can do whatever they want to us and get away with it. I want them to know we fight back. Okay, I know that's right. So I absolutely love this. Look at that pretty cover. I just absolutely love this cover. And y'all, I love me some black books, okay? So this one is called Like a Sister by Kelly Garrett. I think this one is actually a thriller. I don't think this is YA at all. It says, when the body of reality TV star Desiree Pierce is found on a playground in the Bronx the morning after her 25th birthday, the police and the media quickly declare her death an overdose. A tragedy, certainly, but not a crime. So this seems like it's going to be like really, really good. And y'all know thriller is my favorite genre. So y'all already know I had to put some genres up in my cart. So the next one is called Hush Harbor by Anise Vance. Look at that cover. So this is about the murder of an unarmed black teenager by the hands of police. Protests spread like wildfire in Bliss City, New Jersey. A full-scale resistance group takes control of an abandoned housing project and decides to call it Hush Harbor, in homage to the secret spaces their enslaved ancestors would gather in to pray. So this definitely seemed like it's going to be good. It seems like a YA thriller to me. So the next one is called Wade in the Water. So if you've read any of these books that I'm mentioning, just put in the comments so far which one you've read. What did you like about it? What was your rating? Would you read it again? Would you recommend it? So this is by Yanni Nkrumah. Okay, just skip the last name. I'm just going to say Inyani. Wade in the Water by Inyani, because I already know I just butchered that last name. It says, resonant with the emotional urgency of Alice Walker's classic Meridian, the charm of Sue Monk Kidd's The Secret Life of Bees, Wade in the Water tells the story of an unforgettable summer in 1982, seen largely through the eyes of Ella, a young mistreated 11-year-old black girl who lives with Leroy that resents her and Mom, who cannot stand to look at her. Ella's world is changed when Catherine St. James, a mysterious white researcher from Princeton, arrives in their racially divided Mississippi town. So this looks like it's going to be racially messy, and I can't wait to read it. This one is called Wander in the Dark. Of course, this is probably a YA thriller. So this is by Jumata Emil, and it says, oh, let me see. Where was this price tag come from? So if you could see this, I think this is a Books A Million tag. I think they got this from Books A Million. So that's why it's so important to check around first, y'all. That's why I always tell people, go to like your local bookstores, especially hit up the bargain sections, and like if you have a Books A Million, hit up your Books A Million, hit up the bargain section, as well as go to like, if you have an Ollie's where you live or any kind of bargain outlet that sells books, like hit up those first, because I'm pretty sure this book is still regular price, because it says $19.99. This book is probably still regular price at Books A Million. I can kind of identify Books A Million's tags. Don't ask why, because I shop there all the time. But I can promise you this is definitely probably from Books A Million. So anyway, so it says Amir only goes to his half-brother Marcel's birthday party because of Chloe, who is rich, hot, and fits into the perfect life Marcel inherited when their father left Amir's mother to start a new family with Marcel's mom. But Chloe is hot enough for Amir to forget about that for one night. Does she want to hook up, or is she trying to meddle in their family drama? Amir can't tell. He doesn't know what Chloe wants from him when in the final hours of Mardi Gras, she asks him to take her home and stay. Her parents are away and she doesn't want to be alone. So this seems like it's going to definitely be a thriller, like something is definitely going to happen to Amir and Chloe, and I can't wait to find out what it is. So the next one is called The Beautiful Struggle, a memoir by Ta-Nehisi Coates. And y'all, I literally tried to read one of his books. I'm trying again, but I literally tried to read one of his fiction novels, which was called The Water Dancer. I had to DNF that. I tried to read that twice, And I can't get into it. And don't be trying to come for me if you like Ta-Nehisi Coates, because we all are entitled to like different things, and it's okay, and people can read in DNF what they want to. So we got to get out of this. I'm going to unsubscribe from you because you don't like the books that I like. But anyway, I'm just joking with y'all. But anyway, so I'm going to try to read another one of his books. And a lot of people do tell me that his nonfiction is better than his fiction. So I'm definitely going to read this one. So this says adapted for young adults. And I still think I'm young in the head. So this says, as a child, Ta-Nehisi Coates was seen by his father as too sensitive and lacking focus. Paul Coates was a Vietnam vet who'd been part of the Black Panthers and dedicated to reading, publishing the history of African civilization. When it came to his sons, he was committed to raising proud Black men equipped to deal with the racist society during turbulent period and collapsing inner city of Baltimore where they live. So I think this is actually going to be good. I really don't read memoirs. I don't like memoirs. I don't like biographies unless it's James Baldwin, but I'm just not like a memoir type of person. Like, I don't like autobiographies and things like that. So this one says, When You Look Like Us by Pamela N. Harris. So I absolutely love the artwork. So this says, when you look like us, brown skin, brown eyes, black braids or fades, everyone else thinks you're trouble. No one takes a second look at a missing Black girl from public housing because she must have brought whatever happened to her upon herself. I, Jay Murphy, can admit that for a minute. I thought my sister Nicole got too caught up with her drug dealer boyfriend and his friends, but she's been gone too long. So this looks like it's going to be very emotional, like The Invisible Sun by Kim Johnson. That, when I tell y'all, Invisible Sun broke me in so many ways. Y'all, it had me crying like the whole book. And I'm really not an emotional person, but just to see how racial tensions are literally brought to life through books it's so amazing. It's so emotional, and it just literally like makes you connect, because the things that are put into our books is like real life. Like, this is like real life. So now the next one is called Wahala by Nikki May. Someone told me this was not good. They told me this was a very problematic book. However, I already had purchased it, and to be honest, I really like to just read books for myself before taking people's word like, oh, that's not a good book. Because Iron Flame, I'm currently reading Iron Flame. People told me that wasn't good, and I actually think Iron Flame is very good. Although I am listening to the graphic audio version, which makes a big difference. But I actually think that Iron Flame is very good. So sometimes you do have to read books yourself. Just don't take other people's word. And if you don't want to purchase the book, if you have an account through Libby or Hoopla, use those resources, or even Kindle Unlimited. Use those resources to figure out if you like the author or not, because someone else might not like a book and you may love it. Okay, so I'm assuming these are like some African names. Ronke wants happily ever after and 2.2 kids. She's dating Coyote and wants him to be the one. Her friends think he's just another in a long line of dodgy Nigerian boyfriends. So this is definitely going to be some drama. Boo has everything Ronke wants: a husband, gorgeous child, but she's frustrated, unfulfilled, plagued by guilt, and desperate to remember who she used to be. Simi is the golden one with the perfect life. Isabel is the charismatic one that explodes into the group. It seems at first she's bringing out the best in each woman, but the more she intervenes, the more chaos she shows. So this definitely, Wahala also, y'all, means like trouble, like Wahala, no Wahala. So it means Wahala means like trouble in like pidgin, like Nigerian language. So, and I know that because I have some Nigerian friends, and they be like, no Wahala. No Wahala, Sha. They be like, no Wahala, Sha. It be so funny. Like, if y'all have ever been like around like Nigerian men, man, it's hilarious. Like Wahala. So, dusty. You can definitely tell these books sit in a warehouse, a big warehouse. Woo. So the next one is called The Black Queen. Everyone loved her. Homecoming killed her. And actually, this has actually been on my TBR for like the longest. However, it's just, I never bought the physical copy, but I was like, hey, why not just get the physical copy? This is by Jumada Emil. So this is one of her other books. And this says, Nova, the first black homecoming queen at Levet High, is dead, murdered the night of her coronation. Her body found the next morning in the old slave cemetery she spent her weekends revitalizing. So this definitely about to be some messy, thriller, envious drama. I can already tell. Like, somebody's jealous of her. The cover eats. I know I keep saying it. All the covers are like gorgeous. Okay, so y'all, I am going to like kind of wipe off the book a little bit before I show y'all because it's very dusty. Very, very dusty. Ooh. So this is The Black Girl Survives in this one. This is by, I can't read that. This is by Desiree Evans and Sarah. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna just say Sarah Fennell. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce her whole first name because if I pronounce her whole first name, I'm gonna say Sriracha. So this book is about celebrating a new generation of essential black writers, from best-selling voices to breakout stars. The Black Girl Survives in this. And this one makes space for black girls in horror. 15 chilling, thought-provoking stories place black girls front and center as heroes and survivors who slay monsters, both human and supernatural, battle spirits, and face down death. So, love this one. So this one seems like it's obviously it's a collection of like horror stories, which I didn't even realize that's what it was when I purchased that one. But it's cool. So now the next one is a book that I actually have wanted for like quite a while. And I think I first saw this on Kayla's Bookish Vibes. She raved and ranted about this book. And at the time I wanted it, but I did not see it on Book Outlet. So I just waited. And of course I saw it at Books A Million, but it was like $30. I was like, absolutely not. This time they actually had it on Book Outlet. And of course I jumped on it. So this is by River Solomon. It's called Model Home. And of course it's a thriller. It says the three Maxwell siblings have kept their distance from the lily white gated enclave outside Dallas where they grew up. It wasn't being the only black kids in the neighborhood that pushed the children to flee, but rather the strange and inexplicable things that began to happen in the house as soon as they moved in. Was it some cosmic trial, a demonic rite of passage into the upper class? Whatever it was, the Maxwells, steered by their formidable mother, stayed put, unwilling to abandon their home. Terrors and drama be damned. So this definitely is giving thriller vibes, and Kayla definitely loves that book. So this book is called Full Disclosure by Cameron Garrett. So I have actually read a book of hers before. It was called Off the Record, which was phenomenal. Y'all, when I tell you Off the Record, that book was phenomenal. That book was literally phenomenal. Like 5-star. That book had me in all types of tears. And from that moment on, I said that anything that Cameron Garrett came out with, I was literally going to buy because that book was amazing. So this says Simone is starting over at a new school. She's making real friends, making a name for herself as a student, director of Rent, and making a play for Miles, the guy who makes her meal every time he walks into the room. The last thing she wants is for word to get out that she's HIV positive, because last time things got ugly. So that makes sense why it's called Full Disclosure. So I cannot wait to like really get into this one, because that seems like it's going to also be like a teachable moment, educational as well. So the next one is called Slay by Brittany Morris. Look at this cover. Like, bro, This is so pretty. I really, really love this. So this says, by day, 17-year-old Kira Johnson is an honor student, a math tutor, and one of the only black kids at Jefferson Academy. But at home, she joins hundreds of thousands of black gamers who duel worldwide as Nubian personas in the secret multiplayer online role-playing card game, Slay. No one knows Kiara is the game developer, not her friends, not her family, not even her boyfriend Malcolm, who believes video games are a distraction to keep the black man from becoming great. Oh Lord. So this reminds me of the girl's brother in The Scammer. Like narcissistic, controlling. So this definitely is cute. I absolutely love this cover. So I definitely can't wait to get into that one. So now the next one, I think the name of the book is what made me add this to the cart. It's called The Organ Thieves by Chip Jones. It says the shocking story of the first heart transplant in the segregated South. So this just caught my attention because I'm thinking like black market organ trafficking. And that's the kind of vibe that I got from the cover. So, of course, I wanted to pick this up because I like some historical fiction, even though I'm not into all of it. So I'm hoping to be educated and to learn something from this, which is why I chose this book. It says, on May 25th, 1968, African-American factory worker Bruce Tucker arrived in an emergency ward at the Medical College of Virginia with head injuries that would prove fatal. When his dead body was later sent to the funeral home, it would be missing its heart. So, like, y'all, I'm like really obsessed with novels and researches about like organ trafficking and things like that, because that's a real thing. And that's also why I know some people are gonna be like, oh, you shouldn't think like that. But I've even had people that work in the hospitals. I have like friends that are nurses that tell me they don't even have organ donor on their license. And some of them kind of like advise you like don't even do that. So I really do believe like organ trafficking like is a real thing. I don't want to get into the socio-political things about that. So the next one is Blackbirds in the Sky by Brandy Colbert. So this says, in the early morning of June 1st, 1921, a white mob marched across the train tracks in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and into its predominantly black Greenwood district, a thriving, affluent neighborhood known as America's Black Wall Street, and razed 35 square blocks to the ground, leaving hundreds dead. The Tulsa Race Massacre is one of the most devastating acts of racial violence in the U.S. history. So I told y'all, like, I really, really love like black historical fiction. It's so amazing because it gives me a chance to learn more than I learned in school, because y'all know in school they don't teach y'all all that. So you really have to research and learn on your own. So I can't wait to read that. So the next one is called What's Done in Darkness by Caleb Herring. It says, Jade Blackwin feels like she's losing her mind after burying both her parents and being left with her boyfriend for her scheming best friend. She totally loses it. At college graduation, she confronts her man, slaps her BFL, then crashes her car. Now everyone thinks she's crazy, even her sister, who convinces Jade to take a job in beautiful, restful Key West. So I absolutely love this. This seems like it's going to be a lot of betrayal and drama, and it seems like it's going to be some thrilling factors within this book. So I know y'all probably tired of me. The next one is called Black Girl Unlimited by Echo Brown. And look at the artwork, just beautiful. So Echo Brown is a wizard from the east side of Cleveland, where apartments are small and parents suffer addictions to the white rocks. Yet there is magic. New portals begin to open when Echo transfers to the rich white school on the west side. An insightful teacher becomes her pivotal mentor. Each day, Echo travels between worlds, leaving her brother's friends and a piece of herself on the east side. There are dangers to leaving behind the place that made you. So this is definitely giving. I need to read it. So this book is called The Black Kids by Christina Hammonds Reed. And when I saw the cover of this, I was like, ask the card, because I was like, that is just beautiful. Like, I love pretty books, and I can't be the only one who loves pretty covers. So if I get a hardcover, I definitely want the hardcover to be like extremely pretty. So this says Los Angeles 1992. Ashley Bennett and her friends are living the charmed life. It's the end of senior year. They're spending more time at the beach than the classroom. Ashley's not always so sure she actually likes her friends these days, but they've been besties since kindergarten. Everything changes one afternoon in April when 4 LAPD officers are acquitted after beating a black man named Rodney King half to death. Suddenly, Ashley's not just one of the girls, she's one of the black kids. Okay, I'll save that one for last. So, Bloodlight Fate. I actually have the first book, which is called Bloodlight Magic. So when I saw this on Book Outlet, I just decided to get it. I haven't even started the series yet, as I think there are only 2 of these books. So this says, Avoya Thomas may have passed her calling to become a full-fledged witch, but the cost was higher than she'd ever imagined. Her grandmother is gone, cousin hates her, her family doesn't believe that she has what it takes to lead them. So I definitely, the cover is so pretty. Like, I love it. Y'all, I love YA books. Let me know in the comments if you like YA fantasy. I do. I really love YA fantasy. Other than Iron Flame, I've not read an adult like fantasy. I've never read an adult African American fantasy that was super good, other than like the YA version. So this book is called War Girls by Tochi Onyebuchi. Tochi. Let's just call her Tochi. So this is how the front cover looks. So this says the year is 2172. Climate change and nuclear disasters have rendered much of Earth unlivable. Only the lucky ones have escaped to space colonies in the sky. In a war-torn Nigeria, battles are fought using flying deadly mechs, and soldiers are outfitted with bionic limbs and artificial organs meant to protect them from harsh radiation, heavy climate. Across the nation, as a years-long civil war wages on, survival becomes the only way of life. Two sisters, Anyi and Ife, dream of more. Their lives have been marked by violence and political unrest. Still, they dream of peace, of hope, of a future together, and they're willing to fight an entire war to get there. So I'm going to assume like this is probably a series. So I'm actually going to look this up to see which book this is, because I don't want to read these out of sequence. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Almost finished, y'all. Almost done. So the next one is called And Don't Look Back by Rebecca Barrow. I've never read anything from this author before. It says Harlow and Mom Cora have always lived life on the run. She had no idea what they're running from, but in every place they stop, they create new names and stories, and they never stay for long. So this seems like it's going to be good. And seems like someone tried to get like a sticker off on the front, and yeah, it's like they was trying to get, because it's like dented. But anyway, I can get that off. You got to use a polymer eraser to get that off. Also alcohol. So the next one is We Are All So Good at Smiling by Amber McBride. And I actually saw someone read this on Instagram. She said it was super good. And I'm glad I had already ordered this one before I saw her review of it. So I'm super excited to read this. It says, Whimsy is back in the hospital for treatment of clinical depression. When she meets a boy named Fairy, she recognizes that they both have magic in the marrow of their bones. After they are released, Fairy and his family move to the same neighborhood as Whimsy. The two friends come to realize that their lifelines may have... Y'all, it's so like... that their lifelines may have twined and untwined many times before. So this cover is pretty. I cannot wait to do a flight lay with that. So the next one is called Big Girl by Mecca Jamila Sullivan. And this book says, growing up rapidly gentrifying 90s Harlem, Malaya struggles to fit into a world that makes no room for her. She's funny, creative, and smart, but all people see, even those who love her, is her size. So yes, that's why I got this book, because I love body positivity. So I'm hoping to see that within this book, not just the horrible consequences of like body shaming, but learning to love yourself, building your self-esteem and confidence. So this one says, this is called Black Like Me by John Howard Griffin. And it says, in the deep south of the 1950s, a color line was etched in blood across Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. Journalist John Howard Griffin decided to cross that line. Using medication that darkened his skin to deep brown, he exchanged his privileged life as a Southern white man for disenfranchised world of an unemployed Black man. Wow. Okay, I didn't even read all that in the synopsis when I actually ordered this, but this is definitely going to be, it has to be good, because you're going to take your life to live as a Black person so you can literally see what we go through with through your eyes. That's amazing. That's amazing. I can't wait to read that. That's gonna have to move up my TBR. So the second to the last, this is the book that came bent as well, y'all. This is called Like Trees Walking by Ravi Howard. And it says, based on the true story of a modern day lynching in America, Ravi Howard, widely acclaimed debut novel, exposes one of the most tragic chapters in the history of the American South. On the morning of March 21st, 1981, in Mobile, Alabama, 19-year-old Michael Donald was found dead, body badly beaten and hanging from a tree on Herndon Avenue. So I cannot wait to read this. Oh, I can't wait to read. I love historical fiction. I cannot wait to read that because I absolutely love like historical nonfiction. I love reading like the history of the consequences of us being African American or people of color, and I don't view it as like something like just like, oh, so negative, but it just amazes me. And I think because I just love to connect with like our culture and our history, that I'm always so interested to just read about things that literally happened to us like back, or happened to like our ancestors like back during those times, and how you can actually connect the things that are happening now. It's like the same thing. So it's always just so interesting to me when I read like historical nonfiction. It's like, wow, like this stuff like really happened, and it just allows me to connect with like our culture a lot more, like our culture, our heritage, a lot more. So now the last book is not from a person of color. This is actually my first Stephen King book. Well, no, actually this is my second. The first book that I read of Stephen King, I think, was called The Gunslinger. Y'all, I hated that book with my whole heart. I DNF'd that book so fast. That book was not good. I was like, this is stupid. But the craziest thing is I love his movies. Isn't that crazy? How like you can like someone's movies, but the books are like completely dumb. But he does have a movie that's coming out. I think it's called The Long Walk or something. That seems like it's going to be good. So his movies are like so clutch. His movies are like so good, but I just can't get into his books. So I decided to get this book, and I'm going to read it. But if I DNF it, I'm just gonna start selling back books I DNF. So this is called The Outsider by Stephen King. So it says here, soon to be an HBO series. Let me see when this book came out. because it might already be, see, this came out like 7 years ago. So it might already be, I'm going to go research it. It might already be a series, but I'm not going to watch the series if there is one before I actually read the book, because that makes no sense. Stephen King even look crazy. Look at him. He does. So this says, a living nightmare has come to Flint City, Oklahoma, as an 11-year-old boy is found brutally murdered in a local park, an unspeakable crime that rocks local law enforcement to its core at the most heinous atrocity anyone there has ever witnessed. Equally stunning in the identity of the prime suspect, Terry Maitland, one of Flint City's most popular citizens, Little League coach, English teacher, devoted husband and father. Detective Ralph Anderson, whose own son Maitland once coached, orders a quick and very public arrest. So this seems like it's going to be good. I read the synopsis like 10 times. So I could like, which book do I really want to get? So anyway, oh y'all. Maybe I should have split this up into like 2 videos. But anyway, if you stayed to the end, I really appreciate it. I swear I did not want this book haul to be extremely long. My time says 37 minutes, so I actually have done great. If you stayed to the end, leave a book emoji in the comment. Out of all these books that you heard, if you stayed to the end, which book do you think you want to read? Which ones have you read? Which ones you like? Which ones did you DNF? Until next time, thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.